through all these crazy times. Well, today I am having a coaching session with pro sim racer Gregor Schill. He is a driver for the Coach Dave Academy and also my co-driver for the More Female Racers Championship Season 2 and also Season 1. But we are preparing for Monday's race that's coming up at Zandvoort. Gregor, how's it going?
Yeah, hello everybody. What a nice introduction from you, Verena. um, I'm really looking forward for this practice. Yeah, we have 1 hour, and I try to maximize everything out that it will help you. That we
Awesome.
see like an improvement from the start to the end of the session, and that it will help you for the race on Monday.
Cool. It massively helps me every single time I get a coaching session with you. So let's get started. Where do we start?
Yeah, we start with the. I will give you a lap guide.
Okay.
Yeah, no script there, just talking you through
Absolutely.
the lap. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll now share my screen.
Okay.
And then you should be able to join the live stream.
Alrighty. Let's
And then yeah, you can
see. Let
see.
me get it. All right, folks, I will share this screen with you. All right. Let's do it. Oh, hold on 1 second. It's stuck on my one screen. Tech, I tell you. 1 second. I don't want to be looking to the left the whole time, so
Yeah, true.
I will just go ahead and do that. All right. So we are watching.
Okay, perfect. Let's let's go into, I would say, this perspective so you see more. Yeah, well, that basically getting now prepared for the for the hot lap. Getting out here of the last corner and yeah, approaching now turn one. Then I slow down a little bit. So, of course, we try to stay as close to the left as possible. Our braking reference point is can take out my pencil, my beautiful pencil again. You
I
see
know.
like the 100-meter board here, and this corner sign symbol, and the corner sign symbol is on the same level as this red line here.
Okay.
Let me quickly try. You see like this red line on the tarmac there,
Yes.
which I like illustrate with the with the little blue dots.
Mhm.
It's on the same level as the track sign, so you basically break between this red line and between the 100-meter board. So let me quickly. So depending on which car you are using, you're braking in this yellow area. I think for the Ferrari, it's just before the white line or before the corner sign, red line, sorry.
Okay.
And other cars may be earlier or later. Depends on how fast you approach the corner and how well the braking performance of the car is. Let's go again to the.
Okay.
I mean, I'm actually braking before. Okay, so yeah, as you see, like between the between the corner symbol and the 100-meter board, we are on 100% brake pressure.
Okay.
Then what is really important here is you stay a little bit longer on the left side, so that helps you to maximize the braking performance because you have maximum longitudinal grip and you can take everything of the grip available into braking. And then we don't stay too long on the left side. We already try to aim a little bit for the inside, like for example on Misano in turn 4,
Yes.
where we also pointed the car more into the apex. So that's the same. We do here the same. And let me go again into
Cool.
this camera perspective. Okay, and we're still on 100% brake pressure, which is also important to know because we just point the car and then we can again straighten our steering wheel to have again more grip for braking available.
Okay.
Then let me. So what is second thing? What is really important here to get through the corner? The corner is a little bit banked into the apex, so it's not off camera. So you need to stay as tight as possible. And we actually can take this illustration again.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
need to delete this. So what you try to do here is, many people think they need to, when they go fast, they need to have a fast entry speed, but that's wrong for this corner. We need to try to be as close as possible to this curb here. You see, like this curb here.
Yes.
We don't touch it. If you go on the curb, you just lose traction and maybe spin and may spin. So we try to go as close to the white line and follow here through the corner. Problem is, if you go too fast into the corner, this compromises your entry, so you may end up too wide here, and then you travel a longer distance and need to wait much longer to go on the throttle, which then compromises your exit and you lose time. And another important aspect for this corner is, I mean, we will see there on the exit.
The marbles.
The marbles, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like we're carrying the brakes a little bit into the corner there, and you see like how tight I am to the corner. Like there's literally almost zero space between the rear right tires
Yes.
and the curb. Let me go to the right. It's like I'm even touching the curb a little.
Yeah.
I think that's fine, but if you go much more on it, then you just have more problems than benefits. So yeah, accelerating out, we can go really early on the throttle because it's a banked corner. Which helps us, you know, gives us more grip on the exit, and that's why we are so late also early on throttle. And what's also important to see for you is, let's just wait a little bit. If you look into my throttle application, like I need 2/10 to go from 0 to 100% throttle, and the first tenth is basically going from 0 to, let's say, 50%, 60%, and then the last part, 200%, is even faster applied.
Okay.
Because then most of the weight transfer is completed, and you just can apply the last percent of throttle, basically. Yeah, you see I'm on the limit because the rear slides a little bit on the exit. Maximizing everything here on the exit,
Okay.
which is also important. You can go on the curb, but of course not touch the gravel,
Okay.
as this will just slow it down. For the right-hander now, let's go again to the cockpit view. We try to stay as close to as possible to the left side. Don't go on the left curb because the left curb will pull you to the left side and will compromise your entry for the for the right-hander. We brake approximately as we touch, arrive at the curb. Let's see. Yeah, we're braking just almost before the end of the curb.
Okay.
Not much, just to get the nose in, slow the car a little bit down, second gear, and then again early on the throttle because you want to be as close to the left side as possible on the exit to maximize our exit speed. And then we try to go a little bit into the middle of the track to not have like a really bad entry for this hairpin, but it's also not that big of a problem if you are completely to the left because you carried so much speed through it.
Okay.
Because we need to try to stay as close to the curb again here, like in turn 1. So the corner is also banked, so you need to stay as close as possible here at the inside.
Okay.
Waiting then and taking or applying the power early down. You see, like again 100% throttle, just to get this exit speed. Because this part of the track, or the straight, is I think the second longest one of the track, so it's really important to have a good run out of the hairpin.
Okay.
And what we also try to do here is, take the straightest line possible, so going again to the right side just a little bit here, not too much, but also not too less. Yeah, position our car on the mid of the road and touching the start of the curb maybe, but not taking it completely, because this will slow it down. Then important part, you try to, with your car, you try to not clip the curb here, but you try to aim here for where the curb ends there, you try to go over there.
Okay.
Not where the curb ends, but just after that, where the tarmac starts.
Like the
This
point.
will allow you to not apply so much steering lock
Okay.
to get through the corner, so you will be able to carry more corner speed through it. And this is everything flat, of course. So let's play the hot lap. Yeah, you see everything flat out, and then as a braking reference, I take as on other tracks like Monza also. You see like this orange, yeah, barrier basically.
Yes.
So you just brake before it vanishes in your field of view.
Okay.
So if we go into this perspective, and I slow the replay even more down, you see just almost like when I don't see the orange marker there on the left side, I'm starting braking. So just before it vanishes, you start applying the brakes, just quickly to 100% brake pressure, and then releasing the brake really slowly to help the car get into the corner. If you release the brake too fast, you will get up too much understeer because you load the front tires too quick. Or the rear tires too quick, sorry. Yeah, so you see we carry almost the brake to the apex there. Again, staying really, really tight, as close as possible to the white line, early on the power. Maybe even trying to clip this inside curb as it will help you to pull the car around.
Okay.
Then really we have to have a lot of confidence here, because if you go too early on the power, you will end up in the gravel. If you go too late on the power, you just lose too much time.
Okay.
So you need to find the right sweet spot for you there. Almost on the curb here on the left. Then
not on
really
the curve.
important. Yeah, almost on the curb,
Okay.
but none. It's I would actually say it's better to stay off this curb, because it just bounces the car more off and creates an disturbance in the balance. So what we're trying to now for the fast right hander, we want to have a really good entry. So what are we doing? We position the car as much to the left as possible. So we're staying close to the left white line. We're following it, and then just before we basically turn in and need to apply steering lock, we brake a little bit. Like I think we're going there to, let's see, 70, 80, 90, yeah, I would say like 85%. And then already starting releasing the brake. But as the corner before, we tried to have like a longer braking release just to help the car rotate and get the car pointed to the apex, and this will allow us to apply the power early down.
Okay.
Then another quick or good tip around here is most of the cars you see, let's go pause it here, go F7, and you see like the curb consists basically of two curbs. You have on the one hand this the more flat curb, that's this one here. That's basically the curb which you can take every time.
Okay.
It won't bounce the car off too much. The problem starts if you take this curb
Yes.
here.
I've taken that curve.
This, if you take this curb, it can happen that if you take only like the start here, straight by the black area, it may still be fine. But if you really like send it there over the inside and take the curb, like let me take the other color, like that with the middle of your tire, almost every time I think depends of course how you set up your car, but if you take like the blue line with the right tires, most of the time you just lose the car, or it just gives you a massive imbalance, and it's normally much slower because you need to wait longer till the car is settled and applied power. So you can take like the pink area and the black area, and this will help you much more because you will be able to apply the power down much earlier and carry more corner speed through this fast right-hander.
Okay.
Let's go
Okay.
into our view again. You see like only taking the pink area which I showed you before as a curb,
Yes.
and then really early on the power. Let's watch it like in half the speed. So we don't go right, we stay left, follow the white line there, brake a little bit, release the brake slowly, to point the car into the apex, and then again on 100% brakes, throttle really early. Then for this corner, you really have to rely on your muscle memory and your intuition, because to find a braking spot for this corner, it's really difficult. It's more like about your feeling of the car, where you basically know where you can brake, what the limits are. So this section I basically drive without a real braking reference. It's just like pure feeling based, so to say.
Okay. I do
But
lose a lot of time on this corner and the last corner too. That's why I'm like, where do you brake? So I'm glad you say that it's just a feeling thing, because I have to.
yeah,
It's just experience, right?
yeah, exactly. But one good indicator for you, maybe what could help you, is you try to stay, of course, as close to the left side as possible, because it's a right-hand corner. And we would like to have a really good entry, and you do like the same approach as in the other corners, which is you brake again, 100% brake. You see here, 100%,
Yep.
and then you use the brake to help the car to rotate and point to the apex. The goal is here not to be too early on the inside, so we stay out a little bit longer here, you see, and just clip the inside curb there. Not the too early apex, just almost I would say a late apex as it looks here, and then early on the power again because the corner opens up, and now we are getting wide to the left side because we want to carry a lot of speed through the corner, and then we already at this point we don't even steer right, or we don't open up our steering, maybe just a tiny bit to settle the balance of the car, and then we already start to turn right, as you will see here. Like I'm already turning right because the next corner already arrives. So to have a good entry, we need to get it on the right side because the next corner is a left-hander.
Okay.
So that's why we are again like going straight to the right side. And then the next corner, I think you can go through several lines, but one of the I think I would say easier ones is just go for a rather late apex, because it's much easier than if you brake too early and then stay just for a longer time
Okay.
at the inside of the corner. So what we are doing here is we already the corner is still like 50 meters or so from we still have like 50 or 100 meters to the apex. But what we're doing here is, maybe I can go into another camera. So like here early on the power there because the corner opens up.
Yeah, you're on full throttle very
Then
early.
still continue to get the car to the right side because the next left-hander, because next corner is the left-hander, and then here we already turn to the left, and the reason for this is we want to get the car in a position where we can start braking in a straight line, because in this way we can apply 100% brake pressure because we have all the grip available for braking, and then starting to reduce the brake pressure while we start to turn into the corner. So you see, we turned a little bit to the left when we finished the last right-hander to have the car now into a straight position. So we're still steering to the left till we get to this point where we can straighten the steering wheel and then have more pressure than before when we started steering, because we open the steering a little bit more up, and then we already starting to release the brakes. Sadly, like this replay HUD is not showing, is covering a little bit the brakes, but we try to release the brakes again really slow, because this will help us to get the car rotated. Then what you also can try here is to stay really tight on the late apex here. You don't have to stay really tight from the start of the corner. Just try to get or hit the late apex here, because we have again a little straight, so we want to have a really good run out of this corner. So we're going on the throttle really quick, maximizing the track on the outside here, going even on the curb. But what you have to keep in mind here is let's slow it down at the right time. The best way to take this curb is if you just go on the painted area. If you go on the gray area, it maybe bounces you off at the end of the curb. So just try to go in the white and red painted area and not much further to the right.
Okay.
So you see, like, we are really close there to the gray area, but we're not driving on it. A little straight. You can take a deep breath for the last sector, which is really crucial to get a fast lap time. Here I have a braking reference for you, luckily.
Yay.
So you see on the left side you have again 50, 100 meter, and you start braking just before just after the 100 meter board on the left disappeared. So
Okay.
let me quickly drive a circle around it. So you see this 100 meter board on here, which I circled with the blue color.
Yes.
Do you see it?
I do.
Yeah. So as we drive now, this will move like out of our field of view because we're going forward. So if you don't see the 100 meter board, that is where you slam the brakes. So you will see that also in the replay. So let me slow it really down. So now it's away and we are starting to apply the pressure. 100% for a really long time, because we need to decelerate a lot. And then as we start steering, we release the brake to get the car point to the apex again. You can clip a little bit of the curb, but not the complete part. So it's again the same as where I showed it you before with the other curb. You have again these 3 or 2 parts. So the pink area is basically this blue thing, the Astro, and this painted curb is fine. You can also take the start of this curb, which is the black area, but don't take don't drive over this higher curb here.
Okay.
This will just literally bounce you off, and you will just have no control over the car, and you will lose a lot of lap time and maybe spin.
Got it.
Going to the cockpit again, trying to get early on the power, because the good thing is, like, we don't have so much track grip here, or grip on the rear axle. So if we go quickly on the power, this will give us a little slide, which will help us to point the car or get the car around the corner. So it'll be faster in a straight line, and can apply then again the brakes for the left-hander for the following one. And you also have not a reference point, at least I don't have one for this left-hander where to brake, because it gets so fast. You don't even have time to look on the outside of the track, or to find a different spot, or a spot where you can start to brake. So it's again based on the feeling, and you just try to get a good entry by not getting too tight or too close to the left, as you will see here. And you see I'm counter steering because I went really fast on the throttle to just get the car in a straight line as early as possible. Then we brake a little bit, starting to brake here. We are really tight. Again, you can take the painted curb there on the inside, but don't go over the small yellow sausages or the green Astro. This will just bounces you off. You will lose grip, and it will result in a time loss. So that's a banked corner again, so we can go really early on the power, as you see here. We're waiting a little bit because I think I was a little bit too quick into the corner, but
Okay.
early on 100% there. Maximizing the track on the outside. Oops, I skipped too much different.
Okay.
But by maximizing the track on the outside, the funny thing is, what I mean is not going as close to the wall. It's more that you stay on the painted curb again. Because if you go in the gray area, it will cause an imbalance into the car and you will lose traction, and then it's just, again, time loss guaranteed. So you go on the painted curb there, but not much over it.
Okay.
Then preparing for the penultimate corner, going to the left side as close as possible. Braking reference point is the 50-meter board, which is here. And you brake again as like the corner before, where the sign disappears in your vision. Depends, of course, also on your field of view.
Okay.
But normally you see, like, I'm not braking, I still see the sign disappears, and I'm starting to brake. Second gear, you can take almost the entire curb here on the inside, early on the throttle again, because it's the corners again a little bit banked. Maximizing the track on the outside, of course, and that is basically a high risk, high reward here, because you can go early on the power and go then on the curb here. But you see, like, how close I am to the gravel here?
Yes.
It's already starting a little bit, so if I would be like 10 centimeters more to the left side, I would have lost time. So that's really a high risk, high reward corner.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah.
I lose so much time in that corner, and I get up to that corner. I'm like, I hesitate because I I'm always either off into the gravel or losing tons of time, like you said. So it's I have to really get practicing on that.
Yeah, the thing with this corner is it's, again, a lot experienced bias how fast you can go through there, because the more laps you do, the more you know, if I go there on the throttle, then I will go off and touch the gravel. If not, if I go a little bit later, then it will be perfectly, you know. So it's, again, like a lot of, and the more experience you will have, the easier for you it will be to get through corners like that, even if you learn new tracks, because you just build up this memory and like the connection between corners and how much speed you can carry through them. Then another good tip here for this corner actually is I mean, from this perspective, you could think that you already need to turn a lot to the right because the corner starts already. But what you actually can do here is you wait a little bit till you turn right again. So you drive still a little bit straight, so it looks like you're missing the corner, but because the last corner here, in this case the right-hander, is also a little bit banked, so this will help you to get the rotation, then again to get the car around the corner. So don't, if you exit this penultimate corner, don't go straight to the right side. Drive a little bit straight there, and as soon as you pass, like, let me just illustrate the area. As soon as you passed basically this line where the gravel stops and for like a couple of meters and the grass begins again,
Mhm.
that's where you actually start steering, when you pass this yellow line basically with your rear tires.
Okay.
Let me go into the, so you see, like, I'm still I'm straight, and then as my rear tires are past the gravel, I'm steering to the right. And what actually helps me there to get, and this helps you, this tiny trick
Mhm.
helps you to get the corner flat out, because if you turn too early, you will have like a tighter corner and it could push you off on the exit. So in this case, you just prevent going off on the exit by starting to by taking the corner a little bit later.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also a good tip, you can stay as close as possible to the white line, but if you touch the curb, most of the time you just lose speed because you lose grip, and it just pulls you over and the car loses grip overall, and you just can't apply the power down. So you see, like, you can touch it a little bit, but don't go too aggressive over it.
Okay.
I think if I go outside, you see, like, I'm close to the curb, but I'm not touching it. Then, also important, maximizing the track here on the outside. But don't go on the grass, of course, because this will just, causes a massive imbalance and you will lose time. And another important point about this last corner is, if you think that you are going off or go on the grass, just lift a tiny bit and go on the throttle again, because if you go too much times or too often on the grass there, you will just get a pressure loss in the left tires, and yeah, exactly. And this might result in a bigger puncture, and the more often you do it, the more pressure you lose basically, and the worse the car gets to drive. And that's basically 1 lap around Zandvoort.
Wow.
It's quite impressive, you know, like when I drive like on Zandvoort or any other tracks, you just have so much, or there's so much you focus on, which you only like realize when you talk somebody through a lap, you know. Like for me, it's like it's not that hard to drive around here because of course I have a lot of experience, and I drove the track like definitely more than 100 laps or so. But it's quite interesting to see like how much knowledge you have like for a certain track, where you brake and stuff like that. So I hope some of the stuff helped you and maybe cleared some questions. So if you have any more questions, you can ask them. Otherwise, I would say that you will do 3-4 laps, and then I will look into the replay.
All right.
And see where we can maybe shave off some time.
Sounds good. I mean, I guess there you covered everything in great detail. So that was awesome. It's just a matter of me remembering everything you said and putting it to the test, just executing everything that you showed me on track. So that's the hard thing.
Yeah, that's right. Are you on this? Are you on the solo or team server?
Let's see. I am going to get into the team server. There you go. And then I will share my screen with you. Folks who are watching and who tuned in, thank you so much for joining us today. I was very, very focused on what Gregor was saying and teaching me, trying to absorb everything. So I apologize if I haven't said hi to you or answered any of your questions. What's up, Andy the Lab? What's up, Matthew? Who we have AMR Dan. How's it going? And thanks for following Mords Rich. Mad Hacks, how's it going? All right, so I am in the server, and I will share my screen with you, Gregor.
Yep, perfect.
All right. Do you see it?
Yeah, I think it would make sense to go on the team practice server because there are less drivers.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
actually, that is the server that I'm on, sorry.
did you already press drive so I can join?
Oh, sorry. I forgot about
Yeah,
that little trick.
no worries. No worries.
All right. Done.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, just load the setup and do 3-4 laps, and then we will analyze the lap together.
All right. So basically, I am just loading the Coach Dave Academy setup for this Ferrari 488
Evo,
GT3
yeah.
EVO. Yep. And then I just played with the tire pressures last night. That's the only thing I did.
Perfect, yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Then you can just start the engine and drive out.
Awesome. All right, let's do it. So about how many laps do you think it takes to warm the tires up here at Zandvoort?
That's actually a good question. I would say to be safe, I would use 2 laps,
Okay.
2 out laps to get the tires warmed up. Just just that there are neither correct pressure window. I mean, you could close the brake ducts and you would have them for the second lap, but then lap 3 and 4 will be out of the operation window. So 2 out laps, and then after 2 laps you can try to push and have the best tire performance.
Okay. All right, here you say it's just about feel, but we're just still on cold tires, so. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to start braking earlier and then go in first gear and then in second gear coming out of the corner. And oops. I was definitely braking too late on that corner before, so
Okay,
that
that's
definitely helps.
good that you've noticed. That's good to know.
Yeah. Wait, what was the breaking point for that? Was it the 100 board?
The 50-meter board,
50.
just when
Okay.
it's going out of your vision, you brake.
Got it.
And not a lot, it's really like just adjusting the speed.
Okay. I think I broke too early there. Oops.
See, a little bit too early on the power, and it just pulls you out.
It really does.
Yeah.
Oops. I hate that curb. If I touch it, I try to avoid it, but one thing I did notice, what helps me a lot here, and I mean, to me it was kind of obvious, but I wasn't doing it, but oops, in real life, we always say don't look right over the hood. You want to look to where you want to go, not where you're going, like look way ahead of you.
Yep.
Sometimes I look right down at the curb, like that time. But if I keep my eyes up, looking like, I will say, in real life, stretching your eyeballs around the corner like those cartoons, seeing where you want to go, then it really helps. And it actually, I only thought about that last week before Misano, and it helps a ton.
Yeah, that's also like what I'm doing. So most of the corners where I don't have like a real braking reference point, like this one, you just like, you don't look like just in front of you, just look where you want to go.
Yes.
And this, like in real life, this helps just your brain to calculate like your inputs better, or to give you like a better sense of how much you have to brake and not, or how much earlier you can go on throttle or later.
That's right. And it's hard to kind of do that, I guess, because there's so much detail in the game. Kind of like now, I'm like, I want to get close to the curb, but not on it, or, you know, and just also observing what I'm doing and how I can improve while doing it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and most of the time also many people just, you know, getting off track on the exit is because they're just looking on where the car is pointing and not where they go, you know?
Yeah. Okay. This is where I'm supposed to, release the brake slowly. Let's see. And this one too, right?
And then straight on the throttle, because that's, you have so much speed, so much downforce, you don't have to be careful with the throttle application.
Oops. It's supposed to be turning already. Whoa.
That was close.
Yeah. Ooh, too fast in. I need to brake harder, maximize my braking initially.
Exactly.
that hesitation.
I was better than the
Oh!
before.
Okay, so I have to work on the braking there. Like, initially hard braking and then slowly releasing. I think I was
The
just
brake.
very late, yeah, on
Yeah,
that.
exactly. You were a little bit too late, and then the corner just caught you off guard, and then you just, yeah,
Yeah,
lost the rear, basically.
that's right. This is a very technical track.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like.
It's you don't have actually a brake to just breathe. It's
Yeah.
just the corner calm and calm and calm, most non-stop.
Okay. Oops.
That was better. You waited a little bit longer, and
I
then you
did.
could go full throttle. Was really good.
Yeah. Thank. Patience. Have to work on that. Oh. See, I think I have to just work on. I was initially, before this coaching session, I was braking at the 100 board. But then I think I waited a little bit longer because there's that section between that sign and the 100 board that I could brake at, but I think I just have to back it up to the 100 again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just go 1 meter back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I start turning. Oh, I'm a little early there. That is such a hard corner.
Yeah, yeah. And most of the corner is blind,
Yeah.
so you don't know where you're going.
Yikes.
Little bit late there.
Yeah, because I was looking for the 50 board, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, it's back there. Okay, let's take this again. Let's try this again, folks. Okay, backing it up to the 100 board. Better. Still losing time there, I think. I don't know.
You just need to wait a little bit more to apply the throttle.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
little bit more coasting, yeah, yeah. Because you apply really early the throttle and not a lot, you close the diff and the car will stop rotating and you just yeah. So you just
Oh,
need to wait a little bit longer and then go full throttle.
got it. Okay, braking here. Yikes. Oh, hesitation.
Yeah, now straight to the right,
Okay,
to the right side of the track.
And then, but I have to start turning left.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
hard part.
you go. Yeah, exactly. You go as fast to the right as possible, but then you already need to turn left, so there's
Okay.
another break in turning.
Oops, I'm braking early there. It's okay.
Yeah, you swap the 150 with the 100 meter board.
Yeah. Oh, this is a corner. So definitely losing tons of time, especially in the last sector, to get my visuals right. So it's my braking points. I have to get all my reference points straight. Oops.
That was good. Much better than before.
Yeah. It's braking a bit early.
Yeah, but much better than before. You
Okay.
carried so much more speed
Okay.
on the power.
Okay. Okay, go to the right. I probably should have been coasting around there. I don't know. Sometimes when I hear the tires squeal, I'm like, I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, we will look in the replay after the slap.
Oh, I didn't see that breaking point.
Okay, yeah, just go back now to the pits and
All right.
I will try to, yeah, give you some advice. So,
Okay.
I think I need to share my screen again.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take the last lap.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry. 1 second.
Are you on the stream? So, does it work?
Yes. Now I am. Okay, got it.
Okay, perfect. Braking looks fine.
Okay.
100 meters, so it could be just that the replay file was a little bit, yeah, had a small offset. Entry is also looking good. You're really tight there.
Okay.
See, you're playing a little bit too early the power down, and then it just understeers you a little bit. This time it was better than the last lap, but just wait like 1/10 more, and then just completely slam the throttle.
Okay. So
See, like you're going there too slow on the throttle. Like you have much more potential. Like at this point, you should already be 100%.
Got it.
Even earlier, I think.
So is it mainly like where when could you go back to that corner and then so I get a visual of the curb?
Yeah.
So when I'm turning and look, I still have a little. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm off the throttle. So
I
just.
think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Do I just wait to basically at the point like wait till I'm um at the end of the curb,
Yeah.
or
The
is it based
problem.
on speed? I guess it's
The,
both. Yeah.
the problem which is here is that you're too slow on the entry here, so you are forced to apply a little bit of throttle.
Oh.
And that's why you get then the understeer here in the corner, and then you hesitate with the throttle. So what I would recommend you to for you is just to get a little bit more corner speed, maybe like 5 or 10 kph. This will prevent you from going on the throttle so early. Then you will have enough speed still here without the throttle input, and then as you wait here, as the corner opens up, then you can slam the throttle, and you don't need to hesitate so much. So see, like already here, you should be on 100% throttle, whereas like you are still on 20-30%, and that's why you lose a lot of time.
Got it.
Like also here, I would shift up earlier into second, because you're in the overboost and you just have no power there with the engine. So just try to shift up just slightly before the overboost.
Okay.
This will help you also with the traction here out of the corner. Shift up is fine. You brake at the right time, but then you brake too long. You can carry much more corner speed through it. You don't have to brake here. This part.
Okay.
you brake only for a short period of time. You can start braking a little bit later even. And as you have the car pointed into the inside of the corner, you already stop braking because you can carry a lot more corner speed through it.
Okay.
So the goal for you here is brake a little bit later, turn in later for the right-hander.
Okay.
And don't overslow the car so much. See, like, you have so much space to the left, on the left side there. If I go F1, it's like one car length, so maybe
That's
10
true.
kph, 15 kph, which you're missing there.
Okay.
Then what you're doing good there is you're positioning car in the middle to have a good entry there for the left-hander. Staying tight, which is also great.
Now, is that a good line on that corner, like staying tight all the way through? Is that what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to do? Okay.
You can carry maybe a little bit more corner speed through it
Oh, okay.
because you're not on the limit of the car.
Okay.
But at this point, you should be again on 100% throttle and let the traction control just do their work, you know.
Got it.
So again here, like, I would be already on 100% throttle, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, just be a little bit more aggressive with the throttle. Yeah, then quite straightforward part, perfect line there from your side through the section. Let me check.
Did I brake early? Too early?
I need to see it from my perspective to say, yeah, almost right. I think we can brake 1 meter later, but overall that's not a problem.
Okay.
First part of the braking is perfect. Just look here on the right on the brake.
Okay.
Okay, on the braking on the input. You go on. I think you were on 100% brake. Yeah, almost. It's not that important to reach your 100% brake because we release it already quite early.
Okay.
First part of releasing is fine. See, you hold the brake. You start now to release it, but then as you start to release it, you drop the brake too fast, so you need to be more smooth there.
Okay.
This will also help you see, like, you didn't get the car so well pointed because of that. And then what you also need to be careful is to not have an overlap between braking and throttle. See, like, you have an overlap between throttle and brake.
Okay.
So you only want to touch the brake or the throttle, not both in the same time.
Rally techniques, I tell you. They're always getting me.
Yeah. Then also here, like, don't be so careful. You're 160 kph, you have so much downforce. You don't have to be careful there with the throttle. Just go completely 100% lock in.
Okay. So I'm too cautious a lot of times.
Yeah, exactly. But that's okay. I mean, you don't drive it for such a long time, so I mean, you don't know where the limit of the car is. You need a little bit more time to find it out for yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're braking there. You could be a little more to the left, but that's just minor things. Going full brake lock there. What you need to try is to release the brake more gradual, you know, like in the corner before. So
Yes.
you have the 100% brake pressure, then you go to 80, and then you hold it for 80 for a long time, and then you just suddenly drop it off. Whereas, like, if you're just try to release it in like a nice curve, you know, from 100 to 0, like really gradual.
Sounds
Like,
good.
this will help your car to turn much easier. Like, you go from 100 to 80, it's fine. Then you hold 80, but then you already should going down still, but you hold 80 still. And then when you realize, I maybe overslow the car, you just drop the brake.
Got
So
it.
just try to be like more smooth when you release the throttle, the brake. Sorry.
Okay. So that would enable me to carry a little bit more speed towards the corner and also keep the car a little more balanced. Is that right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Like then if you release the brake a little bit more gradual and not so fast, the car will it will be easier to point the car to the apex. You don't need to work so much with your steering, you know, and then as a result you can go also early on the power.
Okay.
And then you of course gain lap time. And you see also here, like, you overslowed the car because you're too much to the inside there at this part.
Okay.
Like, you again have this overlap between brake and throttle.
Yeah.
But at this point, you already should be on 100% throttle again.
Okay.
There's no need to wait.
Okay. So that's where I'm losing a ton of time.
Yeah, see, like I would be normally there almost on the grass, just on the white line,
Okay.
whereas you are like missing this through the speed. And then you compromise it by going to the left with your steering,
Okay.
which is good because you want to have a good entry. So, but what would make life for you much easier is just to carry more speed through the corner before, just go on the throttle really early, and that way you'll be already on the left side, so you don't need to position the car to the left.
Sounds good. And that's a good visual that you gave me, when you said you would be like almost on the grass over there. So now I know exactly what I'm shooting for.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's look at this corner now on the left. Okay, let's slow it down. Looks good. See, you're dropping the brake really fast again.
Okay.
But then, overall in this corner, it's not that a big of a mistake or a trouble because you still drive the correct line. But at this point, you already could be again on 100% throttle
Got it.
because the corner opens up.
Mhm.
You need to be here already on 100% throttle because this would push you wide here. And see, like you're really cautious still with the throttle already, although you should be already like 1 second before on 100% throttle. So here, for example, you lose again half a second.
Okay.
Approximately, I would say. And then, like here, you're still not on 100% throttle. And here, you already do it quite well, but you can be even more aggressive to get the car on the right side. And there's literally like no reason to go off the throttle. You are completely on the pin. You just pin the throttle to the ground.
Okay.
Still 100% throttle, and then you'll be even in third gear and drive the left and then second, or I think second or
Oh, got
first.
it.
Not sure. And yeah, the problem was just then also here is your speed is like 10 or 15k down on my speed, so as a result you'll be really early here hitting the curb on the inside,
Okay.
and you take an early apex, so you can't accelerate as good as out of the corner as I am, so you need to take a little bit more corner speed through the corner and try to aim for the late apex,
Got
because
it.
you already like need to overslow the car then down and then wait and apply the throttle much later than I can.
Okay.
And then again here, like you you almost have no steering lock applied here, and you have like such a good working traction control.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to go just on 100% throttle.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, no worries. And then short straight, and then we're approaching this corner. Let me go into braking as if 100-meter sign disappears, which is perfect.
Mhm.
100% braking pressure, much faster than at Misano, which is also great.
Okay.
Um, yeah, releasing the brake. Yep. Yeah, yeah. It's not that gradual here, but
Mhm.
it's much better than the other corners. Really, almost perfect, I would say.
Okay.
Then on the throttle earlier, which gives you like a tiny bit of a snap, which is good because it helps you to position the car. Um, then you're touching a little bit the curb on the inside, which is not that of a problem. But again, what we see here is you already could be on 100% throttle.
Okay.
So that's like the main issue, I think, actually, which we can solve.
Okay.
And then here, penultimate corner, braking just after the 50-meter board. It's a little bit too much braking applied for this corner.
Mhm.
You could carry a little bit more entry speed. And this causes also that you are like too much, or your speed on the curb here is a little bit too low, and that's why you have a little bit less downforce, and it
Oh, got
unsettles the
it.
car a little bit.
Okay.
Um,
Because when I
let me just
approach
try. Mhm.
when I approach
Yeah.
this corner, I still have this feeling of like, oh, I'm not sure, what speed I'm supposed to take this corner and everything. So there's a lot of hesitation as I'm taking this corner now. So I'll definitely practice that and be
Yeah.
more aggressive.
Yeah, the thing is like you don't need to go like full send after the session. Just drive it in your way like you do it already,
Yep.
and then just increase the aggressiveness like every lap like by 1%, because in that way it will be much easier for you to find the sweet spot than if you will just go full send and then just go off the track and then you go back and try
Yeah.
it again.
Okay.
So just increase the aggressiveness lap by 1% or so.
Sounds good.
Then again, like same issue here, you could be already using 100% throttle because you have enough grip there. I think you hesitated here a little bit longer because you had like a tiny, yeah, a tiny oversteer moment, but overall, I think it was okay if we just put aside the hesitation on throttle.
Hmm.
Last corner, 100%. Yeah, looks perfect. Okay, yeah, just like as a summary for the session,
Uh-huh.
because I have to go in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Your braking improved compared to the other or the past. I would say you are much faster on 100% brake pressure.
Okay.
You're improved also a tiny bit with your throttle behavior, that you're not that anxious on it.
Okay.
But and your racing line overall is not is decent, is good. And what I would recommend you is really try to be aggressive on the throttle on the exits,
Okay.
even if your brain tells you not to.
Okay.
Just do it, and you will see that most of the time, especially in the high-speed corners,
Hmm.
you won't get like even a snap or so because you have so much grip. So just really try to find like the limit of the car on throttle on the exit, and
Okay.
this should give you like a massive time boost.
All right.
So really focus on the on your throttle application on the exit.
Hmm.
Try to be really aggressive with it. Of course, there will be some times where you spin because you're too aggressive, but try to really find the sweet spot there with you with your abilities. And
Okay.
this I will tell you will help you and put you much more closer to the women's or drivers in front
Okay.
in the
And
pro class, of course.
and
Yeah,
then the big thing I also have to work on is releasing the brake pedal more gradually in some
yeah,
corners, right?
yep.
'Cause-
That's the two things where you have to work on. I think if you really master this, you should
mhm.
be much closer to everybody.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good. Well, I have a couple days to practice. Folks, we have the race that Gregor and I will be racing on Monday. It's the More Female Racers Championship Season 2, Race 2, right here at Zandvoort. So that is what I'm practicing for, and I will get up to speed by Monday. So that's the goal.
yeah. You will.
Yeah.
You just I tell you, it's all about time and experience. The more you will drive this, the better you will get them. And don't be like, if you see other lap times, you don't race against them. You
Hmm.
want to have your best result, right,
Got it.
what you're capable of. So just focus on yourself, and
Okay.
the results will come on their own.
That's right. And consistency is a big thing as well,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I hope this session helped you, Verena.
Yeah, it
Um,
will. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and taking me around. And this is massive for um, my progression, getting faster and everything.
yeah, no worries. I enjoyed it to give you a little bit of my experience and share it with you. It's really cool. Yeah, and then
Awesome.
yeah, have fun practicing.
Thank you. I
And
will.
yeah, you you will master it. You just need to take. Don't stress yourself. Just it will come with time. And yeah, have a good day,
Sounds
and see you
good.
on Monday.
I'll see you on Monday, Gregor.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thanks. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.
All right, folks. So that was my co-driver and pro sim racer, Coach Dave Academy driver Gregor Schill, who showed me a very fast lap and all the secrets I have to know and I have to actually um, execute on track. So you saw my, I think it was a few laps around there, and he kind of broke it down for me what I need to improve on. So I have 2 days to do it. Actually improve and work on the more speed in the corner, getting to 100% throttle quicker out of the corners on exit, as well as releasing the brake more gradually in some of the corners that he mentioned. So those are the two big things I have to work on. And overall, that should improve my lap time. So I'm going to stay here just for a little while more. I'm going to do some practice. And I am actually going to be racing in AMR Dan's community race right here at Zandvoort at 11, so in 1 hour. You know, and I was thinking, should I stream it? Should I not? I don't know. Let me know in chat if you want me to stream this community race. Sometimes I just like to race and focus, but I'm pretty good at focusing with you folks. So let me know. I'm going to get into some practice right now. So yeah, let me know in chat. So let's see. Let's get out of here. All right, few more practice laps, and we will see what I can do here. Just making sure that my setup is loaded. Load. I think my tire pressures were quite warm. I mean, I think maybe they were fine. 27.6. We'll keep an eye on them. Please do. You folks want me to stream my race, the community race? It's just practice. It's basically a practice for the big race on Monday. And Andy the Lab, how's it going? I don't know if you're still here. I appreciate you watching. I texted Andy, or I keep calling her Andy. Andy the Lab. Andy, Deb's dog is named Andy. The Lab. Labrador. She has an awesome YouTube channel, Andy the Lab. So go check it out. She does some amazing car reviews and PC builds, and she is also competing in the More Female Racers Championship. She has an awesome motion rig. So she joined us this morning. I texted her and I let her know that I was doing this coaching session, and if it would be any help to her to just tune in, because she is also competing in the community race. Yes, well, I think any kind of race helps, and it makes it so much fun when it's with a community that you love. So folks, if you are on Discord and you're looking for an awesome community to hang out with, I'm part of AMR Dance community. Go ahead and check it out. Dan, if you can put your link to your Discord in YouTube and Twitch, that'd be awesome. All right. Dan has all kinds of weekly community races. It doesn't matter if you're just starting, if you're a pro, it's just a fun time to hang out, to learn. We support each other. Good people. And that's really what makes sim racing and actually anything fun, to be honest. No matter what you're doing, it's all about community. All right. This corner, I swear, 100%. Okay. So what Gregor told me last time was it's the first 20% of the throttle that will create wheel spin. So I can, if I'm concerned about wheel spin, it's the first 20%, and then I could smash it. So I have to keep that in mind and not be so tentative. All right, here we go, folks. I don't think my tires are warm. They definitely aren't, but I'm gonna go for it. We will see what happens. Oh, way too fast in. He said, don't overslow. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm just taking it up a notch. Just a little bit. 1%. As far as throttle on exit. Here, I have to There we go. I think that was a bit better as far as releasing the brakes more gradually. I said I should be on throttle 100%. Oh, that worked. Ah! There we go. I completely missed that. Okay, here we go. Still turning in too early. Losing all that time. My delta is just going down. That's okay. Reprogramming of the brain takes a bit of time. I just have to be patient with myself. That's a very, very difficult corner for me. Had to try that one. That did not work. Yeah, he did say 1% at a time, not like 100% at a time. Let's do this again. Sounds like I'm rapping. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Mad Hacks. I appreciate that. Thanks for following. Hold on. Don't read the chat and drive. Everybody, thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. I've been so focused on progressing and listening to what Gregor had to say. I haven't been that active on chat just yet today, and I apologize. I have my head in racing. Okay, 100% throttle. There we go. I think I could have released my brakes a bit more gradually. Here we go. 100% throttle. There's a bit of I also have to remember that I am on cold tires, so that doesn't help. Oh, we drove together in the CSM Championship? You know, I have to say that I thought that I could handle 3 championships at a time, and after kind of stressing out about learning a track every week for each of the championships, I was like, I can't do all of the races, so I think I've only done maybe 2 races in CSM. I was hoping to do more, it's just like time, so I overcommitted. I got on the throttle too early. I felt that. Oh, yikes. Ouch. No. I hope Gregor's not watching. This always happens, by the way. Once he leaves, then he's like, okay, good luck. And then, you know, I try to put everything together and it doesn't work out, but somehow I keep practicing over days and days and I put it all together. And I think that's just the process of reprogramming your brain on the fly. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I just have to trust the car, trust the downforce, and also really get to know what it feels like to do a fast lap. Because until you know what it feels like Gregor does fast laps, Dan does fast laps all the time, but to explain how it feels is not something they could do. They can't say like, oh, when it feels like this, then get on the throttle, or you can tell that you're going too fast if it feels like this. That's a very difficult thing to explain. Even when I'm coaching in real life. How is he at full throttle? Okay, that's a bit later, but that's not late enough as far as a turn in for that corner. Haha, thanks everyone for following, I appreciate that. There's my braking board. So folks, I'm gonna hop off in about 15 minutes because I need a break. I want to eat something prior to Dan's community race. And I want to be ready. I know I haven't really perfected anything that Gregor has taught me, but I feel this is a good time to put it in action and see what I can make happen under pressure, because the race is only 2 days away. One thing that Gregor did tell me for qualifying and for racing, and this is the first time we've done this, actually it was only on Monday, he said to turn off my delta, turn off my time, turn off my lap times, because it really doesn't matter when I'm racing. I can only do what I can do. I can only go so fast as I want to, but I don't need any more, I guess, pressure or the times to mess with my head. Sometimes it makes me overdrive and crash. Take it later, take it later. It's a bit better, but look how much slower I am overall. It's just a process, folks. Where's that 100-meter board? All right, folks. There we go. I'm losing a lot of time there because I'm still a bit unsure about the speed. All right, folks, it looks like my tires are warmed up. Let's see what I can really do. I'm gonna try to keep it very clean. That's still too early. I need patience. Thanks everyone for joining in on this lovely Saturday. It's still morning for me here in Washington State. Oh, there we go. I was hesitant to commit to that. Oops. Ooh. Lost so much time there. Learning the feel. I'll get it by Monday. I just need time. Lots of time. Also, sometimes it helps when I'm racing. I don't think about it so much. I just... Yikes! Yikes! I just, I'm focusing on closing that gap on the person ahead of me. Lost a lot of time in that one. Tire pressures are up. Let's see. There we go. I still too early. I need to be patient on the throttle. He says don't overslow the car here. Had to let, oh, no, hold on. There we go. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Hold on. There, that's the view I want. That happened last night as well. I literally, like, went over a curb. I kind of, like, almost unsettled the car. And my view changed. That was a bit better. Full throttle. Okay. That was a bit better on that corner. I know my delta is not great, but that was just from... Alright. Yeah, so I have to, especially for that corner coming into the chicane, I really have to take a look at that board. I mean, I know I'm supposed to brake at the 100-meter board, but for some reason, I always kind of look and I'm like, where is it? I'm searching for it visually as I approach it, and sometimes I just miss it. Um, we're gonna take some pressure out of the tires. Dan hates this when he sees me do like 2 clicks at a time, maybe. He says 1 click, Verena, 1 click at a time. We'll see how 2 works. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna get to you folks to see what you folks have been saying, what you have to say. Let's see. All right. First of all, I didn't mention earlier, I just want to thank you, Bounty Fuzza, for following on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thiago. Thiago. Thiago? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. What's up, M42 BMW? I saw your dirt technique comments. Yes. Or dirt rally techniques for sure. Let's see. I think I have to stream this, Dan. Everybody wants to see it, and that would be awesome. All right, thank you so much for following AFR Chrysalis. Chrysalis? Yes. And Mad Hacks as well. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just going down here. So what's happening when I take a look at my multi-stream chat, which is on Streamlabs, I have the dark theme, which is black. And then for those of you who are chatting and you have blue names, like in YouTube, then it's like royal blue against black, and I can't make the name out. So I really just have to look. Oh, there you go. Andy Lab. I see you. Thank you, Andy. You know how it is. We keep going round and round and round, and we just try to get faster. And honestly, it always comes, the morning before the race. I'm like, I'm not ready, and I never feel ready. But we just race. All right. Yay! Okay, I can't wait to see you on track, Andy or Deb. I know your name is Deb. I never know what to call you because it's Andy, the lab over there. And, yeah, people are like, who are you talking to? So, but I also hate calling you by your dog's name. All right. Thank you so much for following. It's Lee Strange. Lee Strange? Stranges. Lestranges. And thanks for following Vado. I appreciate that. So, and what's up, Bleed Orange? How are you? So here's what's gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna end it for now. For now, because like I said, I want to eat something. I want to relax for a little while. I've been sitting in this chair for about 2 hours. Maybe stretch. And then at 11 o'clock, which is in exactly 36 minutes, I'm going to go live again. And I am going to be competing in AMR Dan's community race right here in Zandvoort. And that's going to be the real test to what I can do, how I can improve on my lap times during a race, and what it can look like, or what it will look like, or just where I'm at right now. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyway, thanks for following, everybody. Don't go far. I will be live yet again in about 35 minutes. I will see you right back here. Bye, folks. Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye.